Hello, and my name is Laura Henry-Allain MBE, and I was asked by Miss Ford and Mrs. Patel to do a 5-minute chat, sharing information about myself on International Women's Day. Where do I start? I'm 52 years of age. I've got 2 sons who are 27 and 23. The 27-year-old is autistic. I started my career 30 years ago in early education, but prior to that, I had left school at 16 and worked as a clerk typist, and I left school with hardly any qualifications because I was dyslexic and it wasn't picked up. And working in the office, I felt that I needed to do a bit more. So I did a bit of research and thinking, what am I passionate about? And I remember when I was at school, I did a 2-week work experience within a day nursery, and I thought I absolutely loved working in that placement for 2 weeks. So I did an early years qualification, and back then it was called the LNEB. So I gave up work, went back to college for 2 years. When I finished college, I took a bit of a break. I worked as a supply educator, going into different nurseries and schools, eventually got a permanent job in Camden, worked my way up to be a head. Then I had my children. I went back and I worked with the health visitors. Then I got a job in a local authority, supporting nurseries and schools, doing registration and inspections. Then Ofsted, 2 PDUS over. I worked for Ofsted for 2 years, left Ofsted, then worked in a college, first of all as a lecturer, then I became faculty manager. It was only a part-time position. Then I started to deliver training and consultancy across the UK, gave up the job within the college, and from that started to do writing within different magazines and publications. But over the years, from when I first started working within nurseries and the early years education sector, I've done different qualifications, management, teaching, etc. And from writing the articles, being dyslexic, I was still able to do that. It wasn't a barrier for me, but I do have to have somebody to check my spelling and grammar for me. I've been to so many different countries, Hawaii, New Zealand, countries that I wouldn't have dreamt of going, not even on holiday. So for me, sharing this message with you as a student in Copthall School is about that the world is your oyster. And for me, yes, I had barriers being dyslexic. I'm a 2nd-generation migrant. My parents are originally from St. Lucia, working class, hardly any money within the family for special treats. I didn't go on a plane until I was 18 years of age. Any students listening to this, if you have any form of a disability, that should not prevent you from anything you want to do in the future in terms of career-wise. So I would say, if you're passionate about a particular career, focus on that, make different connections, do well in your exams, and you will achieve what you can achieve. Recently, my children's TV show, Jojo and Gran Gran, which was based on the children's books that I wrote, is now on CBeebies. It's one of the highest rating shows that they've had on the BBC network for children's animation. And believe it or not, it's the first Black British animation in the UK that's come out. We're on to series 2 and 3, which will come out next year, 2022. And this year, I'm delighted to say, like Miss Ford, we got our MBE at the same time. And I was delighted to receive that for my services to to education, and currently I'm still working in the world of early education. I've got a children's picture book coming out in the autumn. I'm working with publishers in the TV world and media world, working as a children's media consultant. So my final message to you as students in Copthall School is, if I reflect back, coming from where I've come from, I've achieved a lot from being passionate, from being tenacious, and whatever you want to do, the sky is the limit. Don't have a limited belief about anything. Just keep on pushing. If you want to be a journalist, if you want to be a teacher, if you want to be a nurse, if you want to be a doctor, the best thing I could say is be the best doctor, best teacher, be the best at whatever you want to do, and believe in yourself, and the world is your oyster. Thank you for listening.